characters. Why do we create them, and why you should too. Silly Wolf appeared without calling on one dark autumn evening when I was sitting in a cafe with my cappuccino and a cinnamon bun. The door opened and he came in, his eyes wandering around the cafe. "Can I sit here?" he asked politely, looking at me. Okay, just kidding. He appeared in an even more fun manner. I indeed was sitting in a cafe with my cappuccino, and I believe I was working on something on my iPad, probably a commission for a client. And I got tired because, shortening daylight was just not helping, and I decided to just take a break in the project and doodle for myself, just for fun and to relax. And here he was. He just appeared on my canvas, unannounced, without my thinking about it or planning anything. He just came there, and it was so fun to draw him. I immediately understood that he was a silly wolf, and I had a really fun time sketching him. I think it's one of the superpowers of artists and illustrators, when you can imagine and draw a funny thing and have a laugh about it. It's a skill that shouldn't be underestimated, so you can put it on your resume. So I posted Silly Wolf on my stories and got some feedback, which I was really happy about, because I wasn't used to getting good comments about my art and comments in general. It was invisible on social media usually. But here people reacted to it and they laughed at it, said that it reminded them of their pets and their moral codex. So it really encouraged me that other people also felt something looking at Silly Wolf. Now Silly Wolf grew to have his own account, his own stories and characters around them, and even some fans. He has friends, and he even launched his first ever art collector's pack this autumn. So if you want to check it out, there are Winter Solstice prints, a limited edition of them, so there are just 10 of them and there will never be more. They're all signed and numbered, and also in the pack there goes a bookmark and 3 stickers. I think it's a cool, fun and affordable way to start your art collection. Also, if you want to support and connect to this silly creature of mine, you can check it out on my Etsy shop. Anyways, I have been analyzing why this creature even came to me, why this character appeared in my art. And I think he represents a part of me that is often neglected, lacks my own attention. It is the carefree, childish, playful part that we as adults usually shove back in a dusty drawer because we need to be responsible, we need to be serious, and this is the whole, this all is just childish stuff. We're too grown up for this. But I believe that's the problem, because I was brought up as a good girl and I'm still trying to be. And I think it puts a lot of pressure on you when you're trying to be a good person, a good child, spouse, a good professional, friend, and you're trying to be perfect in all of these different areas of life. And you understand somewhere in the back of your mind that this is unrealistic and just impossible. But you still try, and this is freaking exhausting. This burns you out and doesn't give you any break. So to meet this part of me, this is just playful and chill. It's such a relief for me. And through Silly Wolf as a character, I feel I can connect better to this part and feel more relaxed myself. Enjoy the time when I'm drawing him and just enjoy myself in general. Also, drawing illustrations for different seasons helps me to connect to the time, the year going around, different seasons changing, and it brings me closer to nature. And also it creates this wonder, like from childhood, in anticipation of different holidays, because I start drawing illustrations for the holidays beforehand, and this already creates this feeling that something wonderful, something magical is going to happen. As if in childhood we are anticipating there's going to be presents, beautiful celebration, parents will prepare something for us. And almost the same feeling happens when I'm drawing for my Silly Wolf account and drawing illustrations of him in different situations, celebrating different holidays, enjoying different seasons. For this, I'm really grateful. And I think other people who connect to this blue disaster of mine might feel something similar, maybe. But you tell me, I will be really curious to know, what do you feel, what emotions, what feelings, what associations you maybe have when you look at Silly Wolf and illustrations of him. So let me know. And the next part is about your characters. Yes, even if you're not an artist or a writer, I encourage you to create your own characters. Some people will tell you to find existing characters from different movies and books and animated series, and that's all good too, but I dare you to go a little bit further and craft your own unique character. Someone that holds the essence of you. When you think of some qualities that you want to acquire or some emotions you want to feel more often, imagine someone, some creature or person who feels it already, who has this experience. Imagine him having the experience that's very different from your own. And try to imagine how they look, how they talk. Try to visualize it. You can do little sketches and they don't have to be perfect. You don't have to be an artist for that. Just like silly little scribbles. Or you can describe them with text, or even make a mood board with pictures that coming together will form this unique character of yours. I think you can take the traits of existing characters that you like, but try to put them into your own unique mix to create your personal character. Create a version of yourself, but in a different universe. And you'll see how much easier it is to connect to that part of you that might be neglected, and it's definitely in you, because otherwise you wouldn't be able to imagine it, to create it in the character. But through this image that you craft, it's so much easier to hold that connection. And you can also do these mind experiments. In some situation you think, how would this character act in this situation? What would they say? And it doesn't necessarily mean that you have to act this way or that you will be able to, but it just widens your world. It creates this space inside, the variety of actions that you can take. And even if you choose the same way of acting as you usually do, by having this space inside, you'll be more content with your own decision, because it brings us much more satisfaction when we have a choice and we still choose the same option, but now we know that we choose it because of our own will, not because we don't have any other options. And this is so much more fun. I think this inner space that we will create enriches our life, makes our experiences more rich, makes our decisions more mindful. This character brings more play and fun into our life. I think our life always benefits from this feeling of wonder inside, this desire to play a little bit and treat some situations in life not as seriously as we would maybe normally do. So let me know if you already create your own characters, and if you don't, I dare you to try and tell me how your experience was. I'll be curious to know your thoughts about this topic and about the characters that you create, about maybe my Silly Wolf. If you enjoyed this video, give me a follow and a like. And don't forget to check out my Winter Solstice pack with my Silly Wolf prints on my Etsy shop. I added some silly magic to it, and it will be waiting for you in a beautiful package. See you!